So I did want to talk about something that was nice and happened this week. So
yes,
can I do that still?
Absolutely.
So I, on Wednesday night, went to see one of my favourite bands, Alexisonfire. And it was incredible. And
Good job it wasn't windy.
It was indoor, luckily. It was just, they were amazing. They were on top form. But for me, personally, what I want to talk about it really was just because it was genuinely for me a night I didn't think I'd ever get to experience. Because when I first got into them, I got into their album and then went back through their back catalogue, and then they split up. So the only time I ever got to see them, the only time I ever got to see them was a short set at Leeds Festival, which doesn't kind of really do it justice.
It's not the same, is it?
Yeah, in the middle of the day on the main stage at Leeds Festival. And then they broke up about like 2011, and after some falling outs and whatnot. And then they finally got back together in 2019. They released a few random singles.
Something happened in between that, so they couldn't tour.
Yeah.
Some unknown thing happened.
But I had tickets to see them in London in 2019, and I didn't go.
Gutted.
And the reason I didn't go was because it was the same night as Liverpool were playing Spurs in the Champions League final.
True fan there, Biggie. Listen to that.
I took a gamble that I thought Alexisonfire would play again, but I might not ever see Liverpool in a final again.
Yeah.
I mean, I did, like 2 years later.
You did.
Unfortunately, we lost, but still, like, I did get to see Liverpool in a final again. But then, for me, the gamble paid off because Alexisonfire released a new album this year, and they've started a world tour.
Yep.
I'm 36 years old. Wow. My neck still hurts from Wednesday night. We're recording this Sunday. My neck still hurts.
You got a bang over?
I was like being 25 years old again in that gig. I was at the front for the whole gig, dancing, moshing, singing, going nuts. I woke up the next day. My neck was killing. My back was hurting. My feet was hurting. By the time I got to bed and put my head on the pillow, my ears were still ringing, but it was fucking amazing, and I absolutely loved it. And it was just one of those gigs where, after the last few years of absolute shit, people there, you could tell were just letting go. It was like one of our favourite bands ever is finally back together and touring, and here we all are, and it's absolutely amazing, and the whole place was just nuts. Like proper electric, like, you know, sometimes mainly it's just the front that dance and then everyone at the back kind of just stands around and just watches. When I finished that gig and walked to the back, like there was people at the back full on sweaty, like so people at the back were going crazy as well, and it was just an amazing gig. I just wanted to talk about it because it's something I'd done this week, and even if you're not into their music, if you can, just don't put off going and seeing your favourite bands, because you might never get to see them. There are people that I'll never see because they've passed away, and I got into the music after that. Yeah. So if you have the chance, just go and see your favourite bands. It was so amazing.
I'm off to see Ludovico Einaudi in a few months. I don't think that's going to be the same atmosphere, but still buzzing.
I don't know what they're like.
Classical pianist.
Oh, you at the front moshing.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, man, it was so good, and they're just my kind of people. That band, they're a specific bunch of people in the news right now.
Bunch of people in the late 30s with hoodies on.
No, just the band that they called a certain bunch of people in the news cunts. You know who I'm talking about. Gadget's already mentioned them. Got a big cheer. So it was a nice cherry on top for it.
Excellent.
I don't get into politics on this. I don't get into politics on this show.
I'm glad you don't. And now, because you've mentioned them for such a degree, they get to go on our cover art now, so you'll be happy about that.